So you need moss. Well, lucky for you, moss actually isn't that tough to get. But wait, you also want bone meal. Guess what, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a moss farm that produces 7 stacks of excess bone meal. Aw yeah. So how does this bad boy work? Well, let's flip it on and have a look. So yeah, this farm is basing simplicity with efficiency. I'm trying to combine the two to make a somewhat simple farm that also produces a lot of moss and bone meal. And as you can see, we're already getting bone meal being shot up here into this water stream. It's such a fun thing to see. Obviously, the bone meal fills up these hoppers and dispensers. Technically, you can start it with 1 piece of bone meal, although I don't recommend it because it's going to take a couple hours to fill everything up. But that's how it works. And then, of course, you have all this cool stuff going on down here with the composters, which we have 4 composters to keep up with everything. And that's why we have honey blocks to align everything. Beautiful. And yeah, there's no items are left behind, except sometimes we get some items up here. So materials are right here in this barrel and in my inventory, so I'm just going to let you guys pause the video and gather up everything. But a few quick notes is you're going to need 8 lava buckets and 8 water buckets to fill everything you need. And this is any item that stacks to 64. You want to use poppies, go right ahead. And of course, any amount of bone meal you want to start the farm, and you do need 1 moss block, as well as some placeholder blocks to build the central portion to get it started. But other than that, it's a pretty simple farm to build. So go ahead, pause the video, and gather what you need. Alright, so for the purposes of this video, I'm going to leave this running while we're building up the farm, and we're going to see how much bone meal we get while we're building the farm. So far we have 10. Okay, so we're going to start with the first block of the farm. This is the block where you're going to have your lever to turn the farm on and off. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build out these 2 blocks just like that. And then go ahead and get a piston and face it in the direction that you want your clock to be. So if you look over there, you can see this is kind of the orientation that we're going with. Yeah, so I recommend doing this just like this. So the farm is going to be over in this area. Okay, so next you're going to take a redstone block and then 3 temporary blocks. 1, 2, 3. Destroy those 2 and put a sticky piston there. So you should have something that looks just like this. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get 2 hoppers facing into each other. So the way to do that is to place 1 hopper, doesn't matter which direction, and then place another hopper facing into it. Then destroy this hopper and then place this hopper against that hopper. And if you look from the side, you'll see the 2 tail ends pointing into each other. So you just want to make sure that's how it is. Then you get a comparator and take an output from one of the hoppers, run it through the block with the lever on it, and put the redstone dust right here. So we're going to do the same thing here that we did over here, just going to go like this. Place your comparator output, redstone dust, and now in one of these hoppers, it doesn't matter which one, you're going to place 9 of your stackable items. 9 of any stackable item. So I had that listed as dirt previously. I'm going to, just for the sake of making a point, use some diamonds here. 9 of anything, literally anything that stacks to 64 you can put in here, and the farm will run perfectly. Then flick this lever so that we don't get any weird stuff happening as we build the farm. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is coming off of the furthest away hopper from the lever, we're going to get a observer and face it right out of here. Then place a block here and a piece of redstone dust right there. So this is your output into the farm. Alright, now we're good to go. So let's go ahead and start the first section. So come out 3 more blocks. And you're going to place 1 redstone dust over here, and then in between you're going to put 2 repeaters at 1 tick of delay. Alright, so the next step is to take 4 crying obsidian or any immovable block by pistons and place 4 in a row like that. Then take 5 regular blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to take a redstone repeater right before the end and just leave it at 1 tick. Then fill the rest of this in with redstone dust. Then coming in over here, you're going to put in 4 regular pistons, okay? So this is going to be where your stone feeds into the farm from here. Alright, and so this is when I like having extra glass, is so I can debug the farm if anything ever does go wrong. So I put glass underneath here, just like that. And then what you need to do is get some stairs of any kind. And you want to place a stair facing inwards like that. And like that, and then you want to make sure that those gaps are sealed with either glass or a block. I again like glass because I can see things a bit better. Then right here I'm just going to put stone because that's what it's going to be generating. And now what you want to do is you want to get your two of your water buckets and fill these stairs up to where you have a like subsection like this. Now, with glass, you're going to wrap around everything, just like that. Then 2 of your lava buckets are going to go in here, but they go in the center 2 pieces, just like that. Now, underneath, you can check to see where things are forming and if it's forming correctly. And as you can see, we're all good. So we have our stone generator actually up and running. So now it's time to do the same thing, but over on the other 3 sides, and the connections are a little bit different. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so this next bit is really simple. You just take 4 blocks from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just repeat what you did here in front of the crying obsidian. All right, to wire it up, take 2 repeaters on 1 tick, and then wire the rest of this up to here. And that's 2 of your systems already done. So if we were to turn the system on, just to show you guys, as you can see, things start to fill up. All right, we're gonna turn it off. We're gonna destroy the excess here. All right, so for the second section, we're gonna start right here again and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy counting. So now what we're gonna do is take 1 tick through here. So we're gonna actually move the redstone over to right here, and then we're gonna take 1 tick, boom, put it there. Then you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right here we're gonna take 2 ticks of excess delay, 1, 2, and lead it right into that, just like that. All right, so now it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's just 2 pieces of redstone here, a repeater on 1 tick here, and then redstone all the way across. All right, and so now in front of each of these modules, you're going to build the same thing you built here and here in front of these. It's just the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you guys want to rewatch this section or this section and get an idea of how to do it, just rewind a little bit. So this is what the farm should look like up to this point if you've built everything correctly. So I will just stay at this screen right now so you can double check everything before we move on. All right, so now you're gonna take a block right here, put a repeater on it on 2 ticks. So the rest of them have been on 1 tick. This one's on 2 ticks, just keep that in mind. Place 2 blocks just like this, and then a block here, and just move it across like so. So now what you're gonna do is take redstone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, beautiful. Now you're gonna get a slab and place it right here. And I either recommend putting glass or slabs right here. I put 1 slab on the list because these can be full blocks, but it's important that this one is a slab here. Anyways, let's go ahead and put 2 pieces of redstone here, 2 pieces of redstone here. Okay, and so once you have this structure, place a comparator facing this way on the outer side, and then facing back in on the inner side, just like that. All right, so now it's time to put glass along the edges here, just like this. Okay, so once you've added a layer of glass here, now what you want to do is actually make some adjustments to this side. So you're actually going to want honey blocks here, 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 and here, and on the same on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now that's going to help align items when they get blasted into the corner here. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is do the moss dispensing system. So we're going to grab a trapdoor. We're going to put the trapdoor right here. It doesn't matter which way it's facing as long as it's on the bottom part of this block here. Then you're going to place a glass block to this side and a dispenser to this side with a moss block right here. Boom. So there's that. Then you get 2 hoppers. These are going to be your 2 hoppers facing into your moss dispensing system. And then you're going to get a target block and place it right above your trapdoor. But you want to also fill this with water first. So do that, waterlock that trapdoor, then place a target block right above it. Alright, good to go. Alright, next we're going to place 2 pieces of redstone just like that, and then grab your observers and place one facing above this redstone dust, then one facing right into here, which is going to face into a block. And then right next to that block is going to be a piston facing downwards. Okay, nice. I made an advancement. That's cool. So one more little feature here, just put a glass block here to prevent any items from flying out this way. We can't really do this, anything to this side, but we can save this side, so it's a little less loss if we have that block there. But other than that, this is actually the system pretty much done. So now what happens when we run the system, if we turn it on, as you can see, it's actually working how it's supposed to. And that hole will get filled. And so now if we look underneath these guys, we're just getting some back and forth action, which isn't a big deal. That's kind of how it's supposed to work. And we're getting the water flushing stuff that would be bone mealed. But we don't have any bone meal. Alright, now with some packed ice, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over to this side and 3 over to this side. Then with your honey blocks, you're going to use the remainder of your honey blocks to create a system of honey blocks going like this. And then you're going to have a hopper right here going into your storage area. So however that's going to look for you. Then on this side, we're going to go ahead and do something like this to make sure that no items go everywhere. All right, now you're going to take 4 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then you're going to take your glass box like this, and you're going to do the same over here. And so this is kind of where your items are going to get funneled up from when you get the bone meal. So right here is going to be a tube of water. So keep that in mind. So now it's time to go all the way down underneath these honey blocks here. So what you're going to do is place 4 hoppers, 1, 2, and then you're going to need some temporary blocks, 3, 4. Now these hoppers are going to actually pick up items that are in between all 4 of these because of the honey block alignment system. So now with composters, put them below the hoppers, just like that. Now you're going to get some more hoppers, place 1 here, and then put a dropper right underneath that hopper, just like that. Then you're going to funnel in the items however you want. Doesn't really matter as long as they all funnel into this hopper and then go into this dropper here. And now you're going to take your packed ice and you're going to have the items follow a path just right to here. Now take some glass and enclose the system. Then right underneath this, you're going to get your soul sand, put it down right here, then enclose it all with glass, just like this. Assign and place it right here. Doesn't really matter, just stop, make sure that nothing crazy happens with the water. Take a bucket of water, and place it right here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to create water sources going all the way up. You can do this however you want, but make sure that you make the tube first or as you're doing it so you don't spill any of your water onto the redstone. Okay, and then as a kind of safety effort here, go ahead and cover this top section with glass so items don't go catapulting out of this thing. It should be fine after this, but if you want to enclose it all the way, you can do that. Then place some water going all the way to the hopper and enclose it if you'd like. It's also a great idea to enclose it over here as well. So just do some glass like that, or blocks. It doesn't matter. Like I said, glass and blocks can be pretty much interchanged, except if they're above pistons and have redstone. That's kind of important. So just a few finishing touches. We're going to make sure that we have glass surrounding the thing here so we don't have any item loss. Do make sure that you have sky access to as much of this stone as possible. So I'll put a link in the description to a list of blocks that you can put above this. Honey blocks are one of them, so that's cool. This 2x2 here is actually covered by stuff. This moss block is one that covers, this is one that covers, and then this is one that covers. Glass is fine, hopper's fine, water's fine. But yeah, obviously each one of these blocks has something that will cover the light access to it. So yeah, now my recommendation to start the farm and to have it just produce stuff crazily is to just fill everything up here with bone meal. So do that and then both hoppers. But if you really want to and you just have one stack of bone meal, just put one stack in the dispenser and run it. And it will eventually fill everything up, and then you'll start profiting bone meal. So now if we turn the farm on, there we go, we have stuff going. Now, the last thing to do is to have this actually dispensing items. I just, like for me, put two observers facing into each other for constant clicking. If you want to do something more advanced, there's plenty of space down here to do something, but that's just the simplest, easiest way to do it. There's so many clocks out there. Yeah. Alright, so there you go, guys. That is how to build the moss farm here that produces 7 stacks of bone meal in an hour. So I've been recording most of the time here. It's been about 33 minutes of that farm running, so call it a half an hour. Let's check out how much bone meal we got. Check that out. So you get double that in 1 hour. Pretty awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section below. I will try my best to answer all questions, although sometimes I misunderstand them, so try your best to help me out too. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Oh, there's going to be a schematic in the description as well. Now, bye bye.